Big Hair, great soundtrack. Relive the magic of the 80s with Kim Cattrall and Andrew McCarthy in Mannequin at 12:05, right after the 2015 Morrisons' Great Birmingham Run.
Good morning and welcome to the biggest half marathon in the Midlands, the Morrisons' Great Birmingham Run. And for the 8th consecutive year, thousands will power streets of the second city, raising loads of money for charity and lapping up all the support that they get on a 13.1 mile course. And there they are. Look, a wonderful morning here in Birmingham. 20,000 runners to be precise, gathering for the start of the half marathon in about 10-minute time. And somewhere amongst them, well, our reporter Ivan Gasly is in there, I promise you, and he caught up with a group of ladies we first met here last year.
Sally Women Group were set up to engage and involve women into physical activity and exercise and sport. We were challenged by the Birmingham City Council to look at engaging more Asian women to run the half marathon.
Many of the ladies have gone through 10 months of training on a weekly basis together, and to actually achieve 30.1 miles will be a great group achievement and personal achievement as well.
Yeah, very good morning. It's a bit grey above here in Birmingham, but we're all very bright on the start line, aren't we, Liz? Now, see, who is this lovely group of ladies here?
This is the Sally half marathon runners. They've been training, some of them for 2 years, some of them for 1 year, and some of them done 3 half marathons as of today, and some of them done their first, or starting the first half marathon this morning.
Now, in fact, we've already had a bit of a preview of what you've been doing. We saw you last year. How's it been going since then? Because it looks like your group is growing and flourishing.
It definitely is, and I think it's, the nice thing is we've got a mixed ability of some people are just starting, some roles, some are younger, so it's about delivering a kind of a session that at their pace and how they want to develop and run. So we've got 4 or 5 who just didn't feel right this year and they're ready for next year.
And have you been on the course before, ladies? You've been around? What was it like last year?
It was amazing. It was a bit scary, but now this is our third one. We did the Great Northern in September the 13th, so that was amazing.
Who's the ones that maybe lag behind it? Who's quick?
Sometimes.
And hang on, who's a little bit slower? Yeah. I'll be with you, yeah. And this lady here, you said you're ready to do a full marathon.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's joking.
Come back to me halfway round, tell more. Good luck, ladies. Little wave, give it a wave.
So much to look forward to then here this morning. Let me give you an idea of what you've got to look forward to. We welcome Chris Thompson back from injury. We know how good he is when fully fit. How we go today. He's looking for a confidence-boosting victory here in Birmingham. And the familiar faces former European indoor champion, Great Manchester Run winner Helen Clitheroe, enjoying her running now, but is as competitive as ever. And we'll also hear details of some human interest stories that accompany every great run event on a day where millions of pounds raised charity. 20,000 in total, a new start line and finishing point. Keep your eyes open for friends and family taking on 13.1 mile course. Our reporter, Ivan Gasly, will hear in the thick of it on the start line now.
Yes, I'm with Darren Harris now and friend Darren, Olympic footballer. But you're here doing the Birmingham Run. Now, obviously, you have side issues. It's a very different experience for you. So, what about the Birmingham Run? What does it mean to you?
It's my first time doing it. I was here watching it last year, so to speak, but I'm definitely doing it. I'll watch it. It's a great atmosphere last year. There was a lot of bands playing music. Obviously, there's 20,000 people running it, but there'll probably be more people watching it. And, you can really sort of absorb the atmosphere. And, if you're feeling reasonably well, you can sort of speak a few runs along the way and kind of wish people luck and congratulate people on what they're doing. A lot of money, people raising money for charity and doing some good work. Obviously,
with your issues, you need a guide. You've got Bard here, good friend. How do you banter around the course? How does it work between you two?
I've got a rope which we use to attach us and stuff. And, where you normally run in Sutton Park, it's normally kind of off-road, like trail runs. So the terrain's really difficult, pretty bumpy. We've had a few trips and slides over the years, but actually today should be a lot smoother because it's a road.
You've got 30 miles or so with this guy. Can you go with that?
Pretty nervous, He's going to.
The fact you've got to run with him.
You drag him around or something.
Great experience for you. What experience do you get from it? That's different to those with height, obviously.
I just love running, and for me it's always been therapy, it doesn't matter how I feel beforehand or what pain I'm going through during it, I always feel better afterwards. So I just love being outside in the fresh air. I do a lot of running, I had to do a lot of running over the years on the treadmill, and it's so boring, it's so dull. I've got through so many playlists on my phone that to be outside in the fresh air and on a lovely morning, it's just good fun.
And there's a whole bunch of you in the orange and the white. We wish you well. People give you a wave. Good luck, guys.
Thanks. 5 out of 5.
No, luck. Good luck.
Look out for the bullet.
So the start of this year's Great Birmingham Run is just moments away. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you shortly.
At Bright House, you can find hundreds of products from lots of your favourite brands, like these large screen TVs, perfect for watching your favourite film or box set, or these comfy armchairs and sofas, just right for putting your feet up, or perhaps a new washing machine or freezer, ideal for your dream kitchen. Keep the kids happy with a new games console. Whatever your family needs, Bright House can help. Simply apply online at brighthouse.co.uk or pop to your local store. Bright House, your weekly payment store.
Thursday on Channel 5.
On the way across, hopefully, the whole of Cuba.
Chris Aaron takes train from Havana all the way to Guantanamo Bay.
Will I be seen again?
Chris Aaron, Extreme Railway Journeys continues Thursday at 9 on Channel 5. Catch previous episodes on Demand 5.
Welcome back to Birmingham. Look, in just a few minutes, look how dense those 20,000 runners have become. The start is just moments away. Ivor Gask is still down there amongst them. Let's see who caught up with now.
There is an absolutely phenomenal atmosphere down here at the start. I have to say, I've never been this close to the start of a race. Just behind these guys, the elite runners are warming up. I feel like I should be limbering up myself. These four guys here, though, are running for a very special charity. It's on their T-shirts, Ladies Fighting Breast Cancer. Ben, you have a particularly personal reason for run today.
Yes, my mum was dead ward. She was diagnosed in June 2013, and unfortunately she lost the battle this year in April. So yeah, I'm doing it for my mum.
And we think about her, that'll drive you on today.
All the way.
And you've got some mates with you here as well,
Yes, this is Ryan.
Lewis.
No, Luke.
And boys, you're here to support your mates. You've got a race to run now. How are you feeling? What's the preparation been like?
We've been pounding the Lee Hills most nights, some more than others, but we think we're
in good shape.
Could be in better shape, but yeah, we'll see how we go.
How does it feel standing in front of it? Slightly intimidating, isn't it, in front of all the elite runners?
Very much so, yeah.
Just part, if well, look at that side, so they're right back here, uphill there. It's an amazing time for humanity. Come back to the boys. So, 13 miles, have you done this before?
I've done it before, Lewis has done it before.
Are you thinking on fluids? The right kind of fluids? Yeah. So I wish you all well. Good luck.
Yes, thank you.
I hope give us a word at the fish.
Thank you
very much.
Guys.
So in just a couple of minutes' time, the 20,000 runners will be led out by those elite athletes. I'll hand over to our commentary team of Stuart Story and Dave Moorcroft shortly. They'll bring us up to speed with all the changes that have made on the course this year as well. But before I hand over to them, let's hear a few words from a couple of the home favourites. Chris Thompson, he returned from injury, and the evergreen, Helen Clitheroe.
Coming back from Achilles operation last year, and the way he is gone, it's been very much a case of finding my feet a little bit.
This is on my fourth half marathon this weekend, so I'm relatively new to this sort of distance, still learning. It's quite nice to challenge myself.
If I can win a race, that's a massive confidence booster going forward. And if I can get Sunday afternoon and I'm having my lunch and I do win and I do get a decent run of bell, then that's the kind of thing that can turn a winter around and start making you really make a bigger leap forward.
I started out as a 1500 metre runner and cross-country runner, and I did the steeplechase and I did the 5K, done some 10Ks on the road. So it's just like I kept going up in distance, but changing the goalpost a little bit, challenge myself, and I still find that quite fun.
The body's still learning to run again, it's still learning the trade a little bit, and we've got not long to the Rio Olympics, so I'm trying to pull myself back into the kind of shape that will be a challenge for that, and this is a good start to that process.
Well, the 20,000, which will go off in 4 waves, but the elite, of course, will meet Ellen and Chris in a moment, as they will lead the elite group out, and those introductions will commence very shortly. And it really is quite a challenging course. We'll look at the course a little later on, but there's a fair sprinkling of 1,500, 5,000 metre half marathon runners. And Helen, of course, has been indoor 3,000 champion, but she said she's a world finalist of 5,000, 1,500 over the years. She's been in the sport many years. Teal, well, that fourth in the World Marathon Championships this year, so he's going very good. He's in very good form. 7th in the Europeans last year. In good form, we understand. That's Emma Quaglia, 6th in the World Championship Marathon in 2013. Was 14th in the European Championships Marathon as well, was Quaglia, Italian. Lamsam, seen an awful lot of Lamsam in the Great Run Series, twice European cross-country silver medalist, and 2nd in the Great Island Run a few seasons ago, but there's so much more to him. Aguirre, and Alexander Aguirre was 5th in the World Championship Marathon in 2013. We saw her in the Great Island Run this year, she's 5th in that race. And then, of course, Chris Thompson, who you've just heard from, was 2nd in the Great Scottish Run in 2013, Great Birmingham Run, 2nd place, European 2,000 metre silver medalist. There's so much to Chris, but he has problems, and we'll bring you update with those in a moment. So 13.1 miles as this great Birmingham Run gets underway. It's formerly known as the Birmingham Half Marathon, first staged in 2008, and in 2009, of course, we came here for the World Half Marathon Championships. So Dave Moorcroft alongside me. Dave, very much a European favourite this race, and it should be a good race.
It should be an excellent race, and really hope Chris Thompson can go one better than he went a couple of years ago when he finished second and returned after the horrendous injuries he's had. But I've said at the beginning when he stand, there was a special atmosphere at the beginning, and there is no other sport in the elite runners can meet 20,000 other people who are running for so many different reasons. It's a diverse group of people, and it's a joy to me to watch all the people flood through, each with their own little personal ambition. Probably many of them a year or so ago not even thinking could run a mile, let alone 13 miles. And at the front, you've got the likes of Chris Thompson and others piling on, running 5-minute mile. In fact, Chris is leading at the moment, which is slightly surprising. It means that he means business day, and he wants to try and dominate the race from the front. So it'll be fascinating. A really important race, I think, for Chris in his comeback.
I agree with you entirely, and Chris, of course, has had his injury problems, as he mentioned. He's had a problem with his calf. It was an imbalance between the muscles of his hamstrings and his gluteus muscles, and it's the whole thing affected the calf, and that's what he was going to compete in the Great Yorkshire, but had to pull out of that. He said he wasn't quite ready. But this looks good, actually. He really has gone up with some intent. He's a marathon man now. He has run a marathon since we last saw him, and he's very much round out 61.5. It's very, very best, but he says he's not quite 100%. He said he really is ready for the race, but he's not quite there yet.
No athlete ever says they're 100%, so you know that. They are always, there's something slightly wrong. But, 10 years ago, Chris and Mo Farah were pretty much equal. Chris won a European under 23 5,000 metres, actually beat Mo Farah. And then in 2010, the European Championships, Mo Farah won the 10,000 metres, Chris got the silver. Mo has now kicked on and become greatest distance runner in the world. And Chris basically in all those years was injured. So he's a fantastic runner. He's got a great range of abilities, run very fast over 10,000 metres. Knows he can make the transition to the marathon, but most important thing is to keep healthy, to keep fit, to keep injury free. It's great to see him have the confidence to push on. It's very early on, really, in the race to lead and make such a bold statement. But fingers crossed, he knows he's in good form, and that he, as I said before, he wants to try and dominate them from front.
Yeah, the man in second place is Lamdesam. Now, Lamdesam, Spain, is a real talent. We've seen him in the Great Run Series many, many times. In 2010, he was second in the European cross country. He was behind Sergei Lebed on that. But he made a bust for front in that race, and then Lebed caught him, overtook him. On that year, he was second in the Great Manchester Run behind Haile Gebrselassie. So he's been round too, but his personal best intent in the half marathon, surprisingly, was set just last year in 61 minutes and 21 seconds. So he's class, and he's in some sort of range with Chris Thompson when Thompson's his very best.
Yes, very much so. Now they can pour it through. Beautiful to see, and they'll offer their own adventure around Birmingham.
Yeah, there are business competitions here. There's a great club cap challenge where clubs are going up to get a chance to go out to Ethiopia. There's a lot to look forward to in this 13.1 mile race.
At Bright House, you can find hundreds of products from lots of your favourite brands, like these large screen TVs, perfect for watching your favourite film or box set, or these comfy armchairs, sofas, just right for putting your feet up, or perhaps a new washing machine or fridge freezer, ideal for your dream kitchen. Keep the kids happy with a new games console. Whatever your family needs, Bright House can help. Simply apply online brighthouse.co.uk or pop to your local store. Bright House, your weekly payment store.
Welcome to the 4 stages of box sets. Stage 1. Just one more.
Yeah, traffic's going to be really bad. It's going to be another 3 minutes.
Stage 2. The breeder.
Mate, it's amazing. Have you seen it? The motion, unbelievable. That bit, wait, listen.
3. The void.
Oh, it's over. What am I going to do with myself?
Stage 4.
Here we go again.
What have you got for me now? Madman.
It's a lot about you.
Enjoy more of the shows everyone's talking about with Sky box set. Sky. Believe in better.
There is a new way you could protect yourself from frequent heartburn. Introducing Nexium Control. 24-hour protection by controlling acid at the source. New Nexium Control. Just one pill a day for 24-hour protection and target zero heartburn.
Mom, this washing machine stinks.
New Dettol washing machine cleaner helps get rid of dirt and acts on lime sale, killing 99.9% of bacteria, leaving your machine hygienically clean and fresher. Dettol washing machine cleaner for even the toughest critics.
Can't believe I've got Moonpig to the rescue.
All by 7 p.m. and we'll post it that day.
Moonpig.com.
I'm an actor being paid to drive around in Toyota Auris Hybrid and tell you how good it is without lying. Not a problem, because I love this hybrid car that you don't have to plug in. And I love the Toyota touch system with navigation, rear view camera, and revolutionary business ideas. Oh, got me, but will revolutionize your life. Okay, your drive.
New Auris Hybrid with 0% APR representative. Toyota, always a better way.
What pets eat is always what pets need.
breasts need something healthy, like Iams, packed with tasty, high-quality animal protein and the advanced nutrient your pet needs for a strong immune system and a shiny coat.
The world is brighter than the sun now that you're here. To the overwhelming light surrounding us.
Our most breathtaking picture ever. The award-winning 4K Pro televisions from Panasonic.
Wednesday on Channel 5. Get yourself comfortable as a new, not so private.
What do I do to help?
Practice opened its doors.
I cleared my shoulder.
It felt something in it.
Right. New doctors, new patients, new series. GPs behind closed doors. Continues Wednesday at 8 on Channel 5.
Well, a race now beginning to emerge, and Sondre Morrisons of Norway has really taken it on. Landerson in second place, Chris Thompson in third, and really, you look at Sondre, personal best is 62.32, but just recently he was fourth at the Oslo half marathon, 64.55, so just breaking 65. So with a 4:32 last mile, then really they're looking at it's pretty quick actually. It's pretty quick to start with. They will have some problems later on, but Landerson in second place. And let's have a look at this course. The race starts in Jennings Road, incidentally, and that opposite the Millennium Point, past the Bull Ring for the first mile, down Pershore Road through 2 miles, past Calthorpe Park, Edgbaston, Cannon Hill Park, continuing down Pershore Road. A slight detour coming up there, and then past 5 miles and Bourneville, and then they'll turn and back up Maryvale Road past 6 miles on the Pershore Road again towards 8 miles, and then changing the course around the Edgbaston Cricket Ground this year, around Cannon Hill Park, continuing upwards towards 10 miles, and then eventually a steep left turn to a significant course high point, 11 miles towards Hagley Road, and to finish in Broad Street at 13.1 miles. You can see how undulating that course is, David.
It is an undulating. Broadly, it's 5 miles gently uphill at the beginning, then 5 miles sort of gently downhill, and then, as you said, that very steep hill. I think that's mainly the women's race. Most of the main women, including Helen Clitheroe, are in the pack. There's Helen, running comfortably. She's in the club. Joe Davey, vintage of runners, has been a great athlete for 1,500 metres, now through half marathon. By a simple chase.
Yeah, I mean, 5 world final in the 5,000, world final in the 1,500 metres. British record holder for the steeplechase. She's turned to the road. She's been around for a long, long time, Helen. Now, really developing. She's just sub 71 minutes as a half marathon runner. That's her personal best. She hasn't run too many of them, but my goodness. And there's Katie Bruff in the left of your shot, a young woman who has been developing very, very quickly indeed. And just a personal best 10,000 on the track this season, so she's starting to make progress.
Again, she's a European cross-country team medal in 2013. So again, a very class athlete, Katie. The women appear to be running relatively cautiously and taking advantage of the fact they can run alongside men. They race each other in picking off men and running with men and run behind men. They have a slight advantage in that they can use those in a sense as pacemakers. But they're running quite conservatively at the moment. And again, if we look at an athlete like Helen Clitheroe in the middle of that pack, for me, it's fantastic that athletes through their late 30s and 40s.
Well, certainly Sondre is putting pedal down, but he's really providing good pace with a second mile at 4:48. But that slowed down a little bit at 2 miles. There's a slight uphill. It's a very slight uphill between 1 and 2. They will gradually, between 3 and 4, reach a peak and then come down again. So the undulations here will be sapping in terms of their physiology.
It will, and that's something they have to get used to. It's a perfect day, actually. It's cool, but not hot, obviously. There is no wind, so it's a perfect day for fast run, but it's an undulated course. Sondre has really put his foot down, which is brilliant. Landerson from Spain's second place has always been tucked in. I'm really pleased that Chris has taken an opportunity to let other people do the work. And the tactics in these races are crucial. Not only do you have to outrun the opposition, you also have to outthink them. There are plenty of time for heroics as the race unfolds. And I think for Chris at the moment, it's just let other people do the work. Let Sondre do the work. Lamsam is comfortable, and Chris looks relaxed as well. But they're piling on. 4:48 miling, good stuff.
Yeah, it is, and I think that will be reflected in the finish time, as long as they can continue this with that last 11 to 12, which is quite a toughie. But remember, Chris Thompson has gradually built himself up to marathon distance. He was 11th in the London Marathon last year, and he set personal best of 2:11, so that's pretty useful. And really come off the base of good 10,000 runners. Running member was European 10,000 metres silver medalist. Davis mentioned that earlier, behind Mo Farah, and of course. Since that, he's gone to 10k, done pretty well at 10k, then to half marathon, then to marathon. So he's gone through the route. But further down the start, I mentioned earlier the Great Club Challenge. There are a lot of athletes in there who are running for their clubs, and if you win a race here, then you go into a draw. There are 9 races over the whole of the Great Run Series, and if you win the race on each of those, you go into a draw right at the end. Whoever comes out of the draw, to a team of 7 and 7, go up to Ethiopia to meet the Great Haile Gebrselassie and to run and to train with them at 2,700 metres above sea level. It's a great experience on offer.
I'll tell you what's worth just to meet Haile Gebrselassie. He's recently been voted in Athletics Weekly as the greatest distance runner ever, and I completely agree with that. He's been a regular visitor to Birmingham, has won this race. A club challenge is really important because you've got clubs of all shapes and sizes. But Sondre again is looking good. He's happy to take the bulk of the work. Really a problem to do with having running into the wind or anything like that. So it's a good day for leading from the front. But the kind of perceived wisdom is the place that Ladisant and Chris Thompson has been at the moment is the favoured one. And they'll be very happy that Sondre's prepared to do the work. But off the back of a really good run in Oslo half marathon, Sondre obviously is confident that he can make a name for himself today. Good luck to him.
Well, certainly the pace, I guess, must be around about 62 minutes. They're looking at that sort of pace, I would think. That will advance and diminish once the undulations of this course take the toll. But certainly Sondre, unexpected in a way that he's taken this on, but he is providing a perfect pacemaker for Ladisant and Tomda. So the women, Guerra on the right, Guerra on the right of the shot there. She's a Spaniard. Has got a marathon best of 2:27, incidentally, and a personal best half marathon. She was 21st in the half marathon World Championships in Copenhagen last year, 17 minutes and 56. So that's pretty talented, isn't it? Helen Clitheroe is in there, and on the far side that looked like Apierja Rash. I'll try that again. Apierja of Poland's in there as well, just behind the leader. There she is, just behind Katie Roth, and.
Also, I can't consider the right of the skin is quite clear from Italy. So probably 5 or 6 of the main contenders in the women's race running together, and as I said, happily with the guys, let them do some of the work. So this is far more of a tactic race. They're watching each other. They're in no great hurry to take a move. Helen Clitheroe is in really well. Katie Roth looks great on the left. It is a time of the race when to keep out of trouble and to be thinking about race unfolding at what point, if they are going to make moves, want to make a move. But there's no great hurry at the moment. They're very happy to run with each other. And actually, pretty much all their personal bests are broadly the same. So as a European race, it's fascinating because there isn't a great deal to choose from.
Well, actually, when you look at Apierja of Poland, she's got a best of 79.25. You can tell that she's there in that leading group. So it is very, very steady pace early on. They really have set off. I'm not going to get any records today, that's for sure. But being new course, I would suggest that it'd be a new course record anyway.
Yes, I guess in theory it's a new course record, but it's still 13.1 miles through Birmingham. But Katie Roth taking water. Again, the athletes have to plan the water. You don't wait until you're thirsty before you have a drink. You try and keep hydrated throughout the race. Obviously, not drink too much water. It's really important not to wait too long before you begin to take water, nor to assume that because it's not hot, you don't need water.
I reckon they're running at about 74-minute pace on that last time check just after 3 miles, but certainly no change in the men's race. 4 places where now that's a difficult place to run, David. And you're a former world record holder of 5,000 metres, and you've run a lot of races over the distance. It's lonely out there.
It's lonely when you. The lovely lonely position is when you're that far in front with nobody around you. When you're in 4th place, you're concerned about people behind you and worried about whether you can catch the guys in front. Now I don't know where is in context of Chris Thompson and others, but you'll know if he doesn't bridge that gap, and you can see it's a fairly significant gap. He probably now has lost the race. A lot of work to do to get back up to lead 3.
Yes, then Guerra's 7th in the London Marathon this year, 2:09, and 62.22 second half marathon in 8th place in race in Spain earlier. So he's talented. Maybe he's got it right, the others got it wrong. Who knows? We've certainly got a good race up front, haven't we? With Thompson in 3rd place at the moment.
At first I was afraid. I was petrified, kept thinking I could not live without you by my side. Then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong. When I grew strong, I learned how to get along. I will survive.
Do it. Love your teeth. Ask your dentist about Denman. Do it for your selfie.
With this weekend's Sunday Express, get in the garden and we're offering you a free bag of Bon Chorus birdseed from Pound Stretcher. Plus, we're offering you a fantastic free pair of traditional high glass tangos. Only with your great value Sunday Express.
That's not Big Mac in.
This is...
Nice.
Whoa, now TV.
There's no contrast.
so we can get when we want it.
Never a good time for your meter to run out. Healthy shootout. Oh no. Hot date tonight. Oh no. Covered in suds. Oh no. Off to the top. Sure, there's a smarter way. OVO let the top open the comfort of your home. Get the app, go online or use your phone. OVO, quick and easy. Could save you lots of dough. Switch to smart pay as you go. Only from OVO.
Get your baby moving and discovering at his own pace with a Fisher-Price Dance and Move Beat Bow. Get active with 3 ways to play: dance and move, learning a games, and record and remix. I love you. I love you. I love you. New Dance and Move Beat Bow. Fisher-Price.
This is Amex Offer Machine. Easy way to get delightful offers on everyday things. American Express.
Sergey, where you going? To the movies. Why you not said going to cinema? We're not. I have a hot day. Ah, yeah, with my ironing pile. Summer flowers?
Sergey, you look adorable.
Take any friend every week or year with 2-for-1 cinema tickets. Only when you buy surprisemarket.com.
With AXA Car Insurance, room fuel cover comes standard.
Little things mean a lot. It's not easy to know the cars that go. That's why Dulux created new Dulux Travels in Colour. A range of colours go perfectly together. Your life is a story. Change it with new Dulux Travels in Colour.
Today on Channel 5. Well, it's one of the great songs of our David versus a live moment.
When the little guy, snowy little guy, he can do big things.
Absolutely unbelievable. Movie Mars stars the amazing true story of Seabiscuit. KFC 55 on Channel 5.
Well, let's look at the situation now with the men. Chris Thompson's looking across, saying, Landesam, Sondre, they're going to do some work. What? I'm not sure what they're chatting about. They're having a little conversation in the midst of the race, and Sondre, whilst they're having a chat, makes a little bit of a break here. And all of a sudden, there's a gap of about 6, 7, 8 metres opening up. And Sondre, incidentally, just a little word about him. 31st in the world junior cross country back in 2010. That's the first time we heard of him. And then in 2011, he was 3rd in the European cross country. And then he went to half marathon for the first time, and he was 16th in Berlin. And then became a European under-23 10,000 metre champion. So he's got a fair old base, so he can't be toyed with here. In 2015, 62.32. That was in March. He was 7th in a half marathon in the Netherlands. My goodness me. That is a significant break on this downhill piece.
Well, no, Sondre took the initiative then, as you said, it's at the 5-mile mark. And Chris Thompson and Lamsam were having a chat that whether one was inviting the other to take the front or one to tread on the other's toes. But at that point, when they slightly lost their concentration, Sondre threw him off, and he really put his foot down, has created a gap. Thompson and Ladisam can work together to bridge that gap. But Sondre obviously feels very comfortable, has made that break, and has now the mile at 4:41. You can see the mile times are relatively consistent. Anything under 4:45 is shifting.
Yeah, they're running between 62 and 62.5 at the moment, so and that is quite something.
And you can see Ladisam just accelerated slightly to bridge the gap. Sondre made a move. He wouldn't have made that move unless he felt he wanted to get away from the opposition. So he won't be delighted the other two guys pegged him back. And of course, Thompson and Ladisam can work together. So the kind of tactic fascinating these races. Each of them conscious of how they feel, but also having a sneaky look at the other to try and gauge how your opponent feels. Trying to gauge at what point to really make a move, because ideally, Sondre made a move, but you don't really make a move unless you want it to be significant. And Sondre has made one move. You cannot really afford to make another one without making it decisive. Ladisam really is biding his time, just very comfortable. Doesn't know who leads, he wants to be a second. And well, hopefully Chris Thompson is feeling comfortable in third.
Yeah, I mean, the three, Lamsam is the most experienced on the country, and particularly on the roads of the country. I mean, he really is a class act, and of course, as a marathon man, he's got a 2:9:28 incidentally, and that was in London in 2013. Meanwhile, the next wave gets underway. And just looking at the Saini women on the right of your shot there briefly, who were interviewed earlier on, and there they are. They came here last year, I said it's a fantastic experience. Well, they've come back again, and it's good to see.
Yeah, the interview with Ivan at the beginning was terrific. It's wonderful again. There's a project that's born around Disco Can, which has encouraged so many women across the country to get involved in sport. Again, back to the women, but back to the fast ones.
Yeah, and Kate Brough, a word about her. I mean, Katie made it onto the international scene in 2013, incidentally. There are the first 6, and they're all together in a group. But she gives a great deal of credit to her late coach, Mark Hancock, who died in 2013, just before she made that first international appearance. And he said it was so sad that he didn't make it to see that race.
We talk a lot about the athletes. We don't often talk about the coaches. And, you know, coaches feel so proud when their athletes make it to the GB team. And, you know, for Mike, it would have been a very special moment. Every one of these athletes have been coached through the club, through volunteers, through people who dedicate their life to support these athletes become best they can be. And although the focus obviously is on the athletes themselves, every one of them know that they've got coaches, volunteers and clubs to thank. And for Katie, remembering Mike Hancock for her is a very special position to be in, a very special moment.
Quaglia on the inside. She's recovered from illness. She had cancer. She's a steeple-chaser on the right, and 3 times the Italian champion, 35th in the World Half Marathon champion, back in 2009 when it was held here on the course. So a lot of challenges in her life, despite those on the roads and on the track.
Indeed, and
interesting enough, that's the first time we've seen the women out on their own as a group without the men surrounding them. That's interesting because more right. And Helen Crillova just off the back. There are 6 in that leading group there. All the principals are there, with the exception of Fayen, who's got white tops right on the back of that group, just trailing that young man. And she's got best of 72.43 for the half marathon. So she's not running up to form at the moment, but courses are so different, and this is a challenging course. We've said it several times.
It is a challenging course, and broadly, if you break the race up, we're coming to the sort of 30-minute points of women's race and the men's. And that's the kind of phony war. You don't want to do too much work in the period. But from 6 miles onwards, you're not that far from halfway. And again, Sondre, having tried to make a break and get away, he's still comfortable in front. And you thought he might have sort of said to Lambda Sam, I'll move wide, I'll let you do it of the work. But Sondre is prepared to do the work, very happy in front, which either is a sign of great confidence or an element of naivety. But again, he put his foot down again, he's trying to make a break. I really do think Sondre wants to get away, and I think Sue is going to try and make a break and hope that that's decisive. This might be it. Lambda Sam and Christensen can work together to pull him back, but they've got to be careful. If Sondre gets 2 or 3 more seconds in front, and that break could be decisive, and it could be the one that wins the race.
It's not an easy way to run a race, though, if you're surging, putting surges into the race, particularly if the rest come back to you. I mean, it's a little bit soul-destroying. You get away, and then all of a sudden they come back. There, the 10k splits. It's around about 62.5, I would think, 62, 6.5. It's not record break, but my goodness me, we've got a really good race on our hands here.
We have got a good race. We've got a fascinating tactical race because it's pretty clear that Lambda Sam and Chris Thompson are very happy to let Sondre do the work. Sondre keeps testing the field, and he accelerates, he slows down, he accelerates, slows down. But he just knows that if he does accelerate, he will create a gap. As I said, at some point, probably not yet, but at some point, if he's serious about winning this race, he's got to accelerate, but keep it going, not slow down, keep it going. Because he has to create a gap that's significant so that Lambda Sam and Chris Thompson can't work their way back. Big thing for these athletes is looking towards the 11-mile point when there's a huge steep hill. And the winners of this race in recent years have all broken the field before they get to the hill. Haven't relied on the hill to try and break the field. They've made a break earlier.
Yeah, look at the way Lambda Sam has latched onto the back of Sondre now. He knows he's an experienced man, and Chris Thompson's got to be very careful. He doesn't drop too far off the back. He's got 2 or 3 metres, have to work a little bit slowly but surely, bring himself back into business and into the competitive arena. He's got a good finish on him, Chris, and he's obviously got speed endurance and strength endurance from his marathon running, but so has Lambda Sam. Let's be honest, Lambda Sam is about 2 minutes faster for the marathon distance, so he's the man to watch for me, Lambda Sam. But Sondre, well, never know. Remember, I saw him in Zurich last year in the 10,000 metres. Okay, he was 9th in that European 10,000 metre final, but nevertheless, he's quite useful on the track. But learning trade here with, and he's actually running a sort of personal best equal pace at the moment because his best is 62.32, and I reckon that's what they're doing. Whereas the other 2 behind have got a minute better than that on a good day.
They have it. Back to the women's race, Wheeler looking comfortable. She just looked very relaxed, actually. She's. It's really difficult to tell. It's difficult for the athletes themselves to look at the other athletes and try and gauge how they feel. But Wheeler looks good. The beginning of the break, really. We've got.
I'm just looking to see. I think Helen Clitheroe. I just can't see Helen. I think she's popped off back that group. She's about 20 yards behind, or 20 metres behind the leading group. And I think just looking. Oh, there she is. I can see just being the gun area. And then all that. Running, just losing contact just a little bit at the moment, which is unfortunate. Quaglia's on off the back as well, so there is a little break on. The last check, I've gotten around about 74 minutes over the distance, over the full 13.1. Well, that's sort of pace they're at the moment. but Aguila and the rest looking good. Now, when you look at Dominik Piresz of Poland, well, she's running well inside her personal best. Remember, her personal best is just inside 8 minutes, so she's making some real headway. She set the last year in Poland at home, and her personal best at 10k, 32.46 in 2014. So just to give you some idea of the sort of level that she's at.
Yes, and again, you have to say that each of those women look really comfortable. They have this ability to run fast, but also run relaxed. If anything, Katie Brough in fourth, it just got a crucial part of the race for her.
I don't think we've mentioned Diaz yet. Sarah Diaz of Spain has come up there as well with the white armbands on. There she is in third, fourth place, or thereabouts. 72.08 in second in Spanish Championships with her personal best. That was way back in 2008. I'm just looking to see she's run a personal best marathon last year, 2:32, and she's only run a 10k this year. So this for her is a first excursion to the longer distance, and looks pretty confident at the moment, pretty comfortable.
And we just to make sure Katie's begin to lose contact in fourth. They've gone through 6 miles, they look comfortable. Guy on the right from local club Pipton, a black country. Again, talked about the fact this is primarily a European race. Well, Birmingham, the West Midlands, produce one of the greatest harrier clubs in the country, which is just one.
Yeah, for me, they're dead on 74-minute pace at 6 miles. But the men, no change whatsoever. And I tell you what, Song has proved to be the best pacemaker they could have asked for in this race. The others have not taken on this leading role at all. And so the Norwegians had to really get it. Look at those miles, 4:57. There are between 4 and 5. That's uphill, and that's where the 4:57 came in. Then from 5, a little bit of uphill, and then downhill between 5 and 6. Between 6 and 7, and it's a little bit of downhill. So you can see that the undulations are depicted in those times as each mile comes up on your screen.
Very much, and I think for all of it, it's about time, it's about wing. And as we said, Lance Hammond is probably most experienced, certainly got the range over the marathon distance. Chris Thompson is a kid, we have to horrendous injuries, but a great athlete. Fantastic speed over 5,000 metres, 10,000 metres. We've said former European silver medalist behind Mo Farah. But Sondre, tactically, I would have thought that he'd be quite frustrated leading and expected the other two guys to do a bit of the work. And for all of them, got that big hill at 11 miles to think of, and now at 7 they've got basic 3 or 4 miles to come to terms with not only how do they feel, but how do they think the opposition feel, and what is the optimum point for them to make a significant break, ideally get away from the opposition before the hill. It's a lovely sort of problem between how you think about the issue versus how you feel about it, and you know, inevitably they'll be getting tired. They've run massive miles in their distance. What a great view of Birmingham. Beautiful Edgbaston Cricket Club on the top right of the corner, and they'll run around soon.
Yeah, they'll run around about 8 miles, and then they'll come back to 9 miles round Canhill Park, and then go upwards past Kilford Park again for the second time, and then they'll stop that turn left at 10 miles. So it really is beginning to get into a business end at the end of the race in a way. Okay, we're only 2/3 of the way through, but certainly somebody soon is going to start to make a move if they have the confidence and the ability to do that. But they are on times pretty even on current form.
Yes, and it would be a difficult one to judge at the moment. It'll also be difficult. I guess the likes of Chris Thompson and others will be quite happy to wait to the last mile or two. But so many things going through your mind. You're kind of comfortable having a look at the marathon as coming by. That's kind of nice to see them. You're conscious, Sondre, that 2 athletes are behind you. You're trying to run your own race, but trying to also out the people behind you. And it's a fascinating mind game at the moment, but Sondre, he really has been impressive today. He's been prepared to lead, he's been prepared to push it on, and he has shown that when he does accelerate, he does create a gap. So both Ladisam and Chris Thompson will be aware that if Sondre does make a break, they have to be careful to cover it. They can't assume that he will come back. And all of them will know now that at some point one of them is going to really accelerate. They're not too sure which one it's going to be, and they know in their own mind that they've got one opportunity to make one significant break and hold that through to the finish. And that's what makes this distance so fascinating.
Well, back with the women now, and you can see there's a small group this time, and still Pieraj of Poland is in that group. She's running well inside her personal best, about 4 minutes inside her personal best if she can maintain this. The Guia up there as well. Remember, she was 21st in the World Half Marathon last year, 15th in the London Marathon this year, in fact, was Guia. We saw her there, and 17th in the World Championship Marathon in Beijing. So she's been around and is very, very experienced and very talented indeed. And Guia now leading that small group with Diaz tucked in third place at the moment, just hidden. She's been there all the way, just using the front 2 or 3 runners as a blind, if you like. She's really looking forward to continuing in that way. This is no danger whatsoever, and Ladisam and Thompson will be very, very keen to maintain the position, because the pacemaking Sondre is about right.
another mile in 4:49, so it's sort of fairly comfortable and fairly consistent around the 4:40 mile mark. Now they're running around Edgbaston, the newly innovated, beautiful cricket ground that's Edgbaston.
Yeah, we had a change in the start this year, and this is another change. Last year they didn't go around Edgbaston, this year they are, and then they'll go back towards around, as I said, Cannon Hill Park to 9 miles. So they're through 8 miles, and they're still running around about 62 plus. No real change. Good shot, isn't it, of Edgbaston, Warwickshire Cricket Club home, and they've got a good close shot. Those three way ahead of us. We wondered whether there might be a move by Guerra, the Spaniard, who's in full place, but no evidence of that just yet. And perhaps we won't see that. These three seem to be well out on their own.
Yeah, I think we've got three now who are to decide that the places in the men's race, and the same with the women. It's kind of weird for the other race. Somebody will say the athletes remember running around Edgbaston Cricket Club and they won't have a clue because they're in their own little zone. For a lot of the people in the race, it's almost a tourist experience. You take in the sights. For leading athletes, they're in their own zone. They're in their own little world, and you can never remember where you ran and what you saw. You just know how you felt and where you fished. But as I said before, the mind games now are being conscious in a mile or two. Again, what a fantastic view of Edgbaston.
Yeah, and they'll soon turn into park or around the park and Cannon Hill when they get round Edgbaston, of course.
And here we go, and into Cannon Hill Park, which is in a beautiful park in the centre of Birmingham. I've seen many races. There's actually a lot of runs that encourage people to run in parts of Birmingham. There's a project called the European Capital of Running that Birmingham's becoming. A project that Brent Foster's currently worked on with Sport England and many other partners, and to get more people from all different backgrounds running, walking, getting fitter, getting healthier. That's why this race has been primarily a European race, because it celebrates the best of Europe, but also the promotion of running within Birmingham and trying to ultimately get more people from all different backgrounds from running more often. The three top women in the women's race again, all looking comfortable. Aguirre, Naparaj and Diaz.
Yeah, Naparaj, a big surprise to me. Just looking at got 32.46 10K set last year, that was in April, this year in April, 32.46, and she represented Poland in the European Cup over 10,000 metres this year as well. So she's obviously developing, but at that 79.25, she was 8 in a race in Poland. That's the only one I could find with respect to her previous performance over the half marathon distance. But clearly, she's a little bit better than the 79 or near 8-minute performance, but she's running around about 74. It might speed up a little bit. Then you've got that last 11 to 12 miles, which is very tough indeed, and that'll certainly slow them down a little bit.
It does. The athlete from Mike 169 for Coventry, Ivor Harriers, happy to push pace, and women are just tucked in behind, taking advantage of the fact that there are guys running around them. Again, they going through their mind are, how does Guerra look, how does Diaz look, how does Naparaj look, when am I going to make my break? And now they're going into the park, and again it's a beautiful park, wonderful scenery for us to enjoy, almost for the runners, but conscious that they are out of public gaze, they're in a beautiful surround, but they're approaching the business end of the course. Again, slight undulation, but it is beautiful in a city park, and one where hundreds of thousands of people run at all sorts of paces to keep fit. Today it's handed over to the elite runners, and having a European-only race is great because the African distance runners have dominated so much. There's a huge push within Europe to try and re-establish European athletes and to take over them and be led by and inspired by the likes of Mo Farah. Again, a 4:32 mile, the 9th mile, and that's really quick.
Yeah, that's certainly speeded up, that's sure. So we're looking at 62 and thereabouts. It may be a little slow, but that's for the undulations we've got on our course chart here, because there's a little bit of uphill in that as well. So, but certainly I'm surprised that Sundray has been happy to sort of take on the lead this length of time. I really am, because of the fees, as I've said several times, the least experience. And Chris Thompson looked comfortable. He's got a good, powerful sprint finish on him, and hopefully that calf stays in good order throughout the race, and particularly when it gets into sprint mode at the end. But Amdesam, for me, is the danger man in second place at the moment. He's been in so many of the great runs, and remember 2012 he won the Edinburgh Cross Country debut marathon was in 2012. 2:14 ran in his debut marathon incidentally. That was in Lake Biwa, second in the Great Iron Run in 2012, and that was behind Denise McKelly. So he's been around a while. And then his best marathon in London, 9th place in 2013, and then his best half marathon 6:1:21, and that was in 17th place World Half Marathon. Just to repeat some of the statistics, that's the sort of man that's got in second place at the moment. They'll come out of the park, a little turn right, and then they'll go upwards, and they'll eventually see Colthorpe Park on the left, and then they'll head up to 10 miles, and then they'll take a very sharp left turn back towards Hagley Road, and then towards that finish straight. So still a way to go, and this race now getting very interesting. They've done the hard work, they've got themselves in good position, they're sitting there. Who is going to make the move and when?
Sundray put it 4:32 mile, but both Lamdesam and Chris Thompson went with him. He didn't make a break. So he gradually increased the pace to the 4:32, but nothing too significant. again, so many things going through their mind. Lambdenham is one who's done none of the work, has kept out of trouble, has tucked in. He is the guy with the greatest experience. He's the guy with the most impressive record. But I'm really impressed with Sondre. His confidence. It's a bit like the great Norwegians, Ingrid Christiansen and Grete Weiss. Prepared to lead, prepared to take that from the front. And Chris looks good. He looked comfortable. You couldn't really call it. What you do know is one of them, something the next mile or two, is going to try to do something significant. Idea before the hill.
Well, Thompson's got a good finish on it. And the women at Edgbaston now, so that's an 8-mile situation, and they'll turn around Edgbaston, and they're just as men were seen go through and around Cannon Hill Park. They'll do that, and certainly Guia looks to me to be up there still, and no change in that little leading group women, I must say. Guia ahead of the young one who's I've seen several times, very surprising, Napiage. Incidentally, in 2013, Pierre did represent Poland in the World Cross Country Championship. She was 73rd in that. Then when got the Might of Africa all over those races, then that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. Lots of support there.
Lots of support, and lots of people who've probably spent quite a lot of time at Edgbaston Cricket Club over the years, but don't often see runs around there. But it's the least of the concerns for the athletes.